August 2023 is absolutely the worst time ever to purchase a home. Interest rates are super, super high. House prices are super high. There are no homes on the market that are going to meet your needs. And if you buy a home today, you're not going to be happy until rates go down and house prices go up. The problem is everybody is so focused on what the media is saying right now. And the media is telling you, do not buy a home. And guess what? That makes it the best time to buy a home because this cycle will end. This cycle will change. Everything that's happening always changes. It's the sad truth of life. But the problem is people believe that whatever is happening today will happen forever. They thought so in 2020 and 2021 when we had super low interest rates and everybody was buying a home. That was actually a worse time to buy a home. Here's the reality of what's going on right now. You've got a lot of people who are worried about interest rates, worried about the economy, rightfully so. And they're sitting on the sidelines, but not enough people are doing that. The truth is the media will lead you to believe that there is nobody out buying homes right now because we are at 20-year or 25-year highs. I've seen articles all over the board quoting how long the high is. But the fact is rates are higher than they've been in decades. But there's a bunch of people still buying homes. And as a matter of fact, the competition is heating up. Why is it heating up? Because people are tired of waiting. And if you're one of those people that's waiting, you're going to be behind the curve because there are people right now that are out there searching for homes and writing offers above the asking price. Can you believe it? With prices where they are right now, with interest rates where they are right now, people are writing offers above the asking price. I had a client this week that lost out on an offer because the buyer was willing to release all of their contingencies, the appraisal contingency, the inspection contingency, the loan contingency. I had not seen people do that since 2021. We're getting back into a crazy housing market. And you might say, well, John, that's even a bigger reason to not buy a house today. And one might agree with you, except it's not going to get better. So the question becomes, do you want to be a homeowner? Do you see value in building equity? Because that's something people misunderstand is they think that building wealth is about cash. It is, but cash only takes you so far. Now, what do I mean when I say cash? I'm talking about the money in your 401k, the money in the stock market, money that you've set aside in your savings account. That's cash. That makes you feel secure because cash is available to help you out in a rainy day. But cash does not allow for what's called leverage. Leverage is the key to building wealth, and leverage allows you to make your money work harder to make more money. I believe that you should build wealth by keeping half of your money in cash. I do not mean green pieces of paper with pictures of presidents underneath your mattress. I'm talking about 401k. I'm talking about your checking and savings and your stock investments. Half of your wealth is built and keep half of your money there. But the other half of your wealth is built through equity. That's owning something that appreciates or increases in value. And guess what? There are just not enough homes built for the number of people that want them. So when the buyers come back in the market, which will happen when rates come down, you're going to see an opportunity to refinance your home and build equity, or you're going to be on the other side of that as one of those buyers and you're going to be paying even more for the home, a bigger down payment. You've lost out on the growth or the equity that you built. Think about people who bought their home in 2020 and they look back on it. Back at that time, they were worried, oh my gosh, prices are going up and they've been going up since 2012. And here we are in 2020, early 2020, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Who knows what's going to happen with the economy? Remember the mindset back then. Everybody was so afraid. What's going to happen with the economy? What's going to happen with my job? For those that had stable incomes, their job was fine and they made it through just fine. And for those who took the leap, those who took the chance to purchase a home, prices continued to go up in 2020, continued to go up in 2021, continued to go up in 2022. They only started flattening out between 2022 and 2023. So here they sit 3 years later on a bunch of equity because house prices have continued to appreciate. Now, they got a really good interest rate back then, so they don't need to refinance to lower their rate. The difference is those of you that buy today that have the courage to buy when it's a horrible market and it's a horrible time to purchase a home, or so the media says, you're going to be in a similar position in a few years. Now, are we going to see interest rates come down in 6 months or in 2 years? Who knows? The fact of the matter is, everybody, including me, thought as soon as inflation is under control and coming down, rates are going to come down with it. That didn't happen. We know that there's a lot of factors that are driving interest rates, and there's a lot of unknowns that are happening right now. But we also know that as you look in history, everything is cycles when it comes to the economy, when it comes to interest rates, and when it comes to the markets. And right now, you see house prices starting to level off and come down just a little bit, and then they're picking back up. And it's because people are tired of waiting. They've been waiting for the last year or year and a half, hoping interest rates are going to go down. And then they find out, man, they haven't come down. And I'm stuck in this rental that I'm not happy with. And I'm throwing away money in rents that I could be building equity as a homeowner. I could get a tax write-off every single year that I'm not getting because I'm wasting money paying the IRS that I don't need to be spending. So you've got to realize now is the worst time to buy a home, but that makes it the best time for you to consider purchasing a home. So if you're on the sidelines and you're thinking, man, I'm waiting for blank, please give me a call. If you're a real estate agent, talk to your buyers about this. Talk to the people who have stopped shopping in the last year and call them back and say, look, the game hasn't changed, but we're in overtime right now. And now is the time to jump in and go for the win. Because if you sit on the sidelines, this game is going to be over and it's a new game and it's a bigger challenge in the next round. So jump into the game now. Take the leap. Just don't put yourself in a position where you literally cannot afford the monthly payment. That's the most important thing that I'm worried about. I don't see issues with foreclosures because people have low monthly payments. Their interest rates are relatively low, but most important, their interest rates are fixed. But I do see a concern with people who stretch themselves, people who spend every penny that they have getting into a home and the payment is higher than what they can afford. Now, the mortgage industry, we definitely make sure that you're qualified for the mortgage, that you're not paying more than you need to be paying for the house. Not need to be, more than we think you can afford to pay for the house. But I have no idea what you spend on other bills. I have no idea how often you go to Starbucks. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, you know what you spend on other things. And even though I think you can afford the payment, if you're not willing to change your lifestyle, you're going to fail. So in that case, if you spend a lot on other stuff, it's okay to stay as a renter. Just understand that's a choice that you're making. If you're in a position where I think that you can afford the monthly payment, but you don't feel like you can, then it comes down to where am I spending my money? And is that the right thing to do? Am I too focused on instant gratification and getting what I want today versus long-term gratification? Here comes Kitty. I expected Kitty at some point to get in my video. Hi, Kitty. Anyway, so Kitty is a adopted cat from my father-in-law who could not keep him at his house anymore. So Kitty's in my basement. Nice finished basement. Anyway, so Kitty's finally joined me on my videos. So bottom line is, now is the time to decide, do you want the instant gratification of Starbucks every single day, or do you want the long-term gratification of having a home that you own, building wealth long-term, and having both appreciation through the growth in the cash and appreciation through equity? Because to build long-term wealth, you've got to diversify. You've got to have both. If you have any questions about this or anything else, please reach out to me. As a plug for what's coming up, or what just happened, I did a webinar the other day on my monthly How to Buy Masterclass, and I talked about how much money it really takes to purchase a home. So make sure you check out the replay of that masterclass. The link will be down below. Also, when you're looking at forward to other opportunities, the Dream for All program is coming back at some time in the next 12 months. So I'm going to be doing a monthly webinar to give you kind of an update, to share with people what the program was, what we think it might be. Nobody knows for sure what the new rules are going to be, but I want to keep you updated and talk to you about the things you need to be paying attention to. So join me for that webinar. That link will be down below as well. And if there's anything I can do to help you or anybody you care about, please give me a call. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.